If you're a heat and air conditioning technician or even a salesperson, what are some of the questions that you should be asking about commission and pay as a new hire, and why does it matter? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Bell, coming to you live from Sacramento, California, on a perfect day to talk about sales and business, and a fantastic day to talk about you. So here's the thing. There's going to be a time where you're like, you know what? Things aren't working out where I'm at. I'm going to go see what's available out there in the marketplace. And then you meet with companies and you do these fantastic interviews. But one of the pieces of content that people don't ever tell you to ask about is how you get paid. Okay, so like you may get a commission plan, and depending upon the state, the jurisdiction, or the county you're in, may be very detailed or lightly detailed. Okay, and sometimes people leave things out on accident, right? Ugh. And so I'm going to share with you one of the things that I would be asking about because of something that happened for me. I'm going to leave some names out for obvious reasons. So a while back, go to work for a company, and they've been around, reputation, good, things that I look at the comp plan, it was so-so. Comp plan was, it was one of those things where it wasn't a deal breaker, but it was something that I could live with. So sales happened, and previous to this whole experience, the way that it had always worked was if the job went in on this pay period and was paid on this pay period, then it got paid out next pay period, okay? So the organization that I worked with and did some sales for worked with a really big box store, okay? So what happened was you had to charge up front, and then there was a waiting period, and this waiting period was undefined. So client paid. I'm thinking, great, client's paid for everything. Where's my money on the next paycheck? And so I would call the department that was in charge of like, where's my money? And they would be like, well, we don't know the answer to that question. Like, how do you not know the answer to this question? The job's been paid, okay? So have a conversation. Have conversations. Can never get a straight answer. Can never get like, here's where your money is. Can never get like, hey, this is the policy, okay? None of this happened. None of this conversation went down, okay? So go to the sales manager. Sales manager can't answer the question. I'm like, this is super frustrating. I'm out here closing deals, making stuff happen. Where's my freaking money? Where is my money, okay? Because I've done my end of the bargain. I did all the paperwork, all the pre-sites, all of the hoops, the hoopla that you got to jump through, and I couldn't get a straight answer. Right? And so if this has ever happened to you, you know how frustrating it is. And this right here is why you should join HVACTechSecrets.com. Right here. I'll give you the goods. Not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. That's an email publication. Okay. So this goes on for like a couple of months. I'm like frustrated. Like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm slowly getting money to trickle in. And then there is a sales meeting. So we, as an organization, go into the sales meeting. And another salesperson says, hey, why is it that if I sell the Smith job on Monday, they pay on Tuesday, it goes in on Thursday on the pay period, why are we not getting paid? And the proprietor of the organization says, well, because of X, Y, and Z, and because of 1, 2, 3, and because of the full moon on Wednesday when you stub your toe getting out of bed, these funds, those funds, this and that, you don't get paid until a date like far beyond the reach that I can't put on a calendar. Okay. So like it was like you couldn't ever get an answer to it. So the reason I'm bringing this up is like, there's really got to be a way for you to know exactly when you're going to get paid. One of my biggest frustrations has always been if I sell a job and I put myself on the line out there and I do all the work, my pay is held, but when an installer goes out, they get paid for their time. When the parts delivery guy gets out there, they're paid for their time, but it's not at the same time as the salesperson. The salesperson has a holdback, right? And so like some companies will say, well, we're not going to pay you until everything's been paid off. Like, hey, sorry, dude, chick, bro, babe, the work has been done. Everything's been fulfilled, right? If your team didn't collect on the money, that's not my fault, right? It said on the agreement, install team to pick up a check, charge credit card. Why is it my fault if the install team didn't do that? How come their money's not getting paid, held back, right? So the reason I'm bringing all this up is like you do need to ask some questions about how How do I get paid my freaking money when I close a deal so that you're not sitting there going a couple months into a job, I'm going to have to leave? Because ultimately where I left for this very specific reason. I couldn't tell when I was going to get paid. And some of the people that I had worked with had told me, they're like, yeah, we've been waiting for checks for like a long period of time. And I'm talking an extended period of time, and they didn't know when they were going to get them. Like, that's wrong. That's wrong. Sorry. You collected money. It got charged to the company. It's not my fault if you've got to hold and wait. That's part of the responsibility of an owner. And if you're an owner and you disagree, that's okay. We can still be friends. But if you're like, hey, I'm looking for a new company, like one of the questions you absolutely have to ask is, if I sell this job on this pay period, when do I get paid for it? And be very explicit about it. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Subscribe, share with a friend, give me the thumbs up. Any one of those things are fine. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.